Okay, and we're back. Lonely Stoners podcast. Just stepped out of Venom.
Yep, just came back out of Venom 3 for the Lonely Stoners pod. Just quick little review of Venom 3, if you will.
Yeah,
I think we should start with just a little plot summary,
yeah,
just to go over what the film was about. So essentially, um, there's now Knull, who's the creator of the symbiotes, and he's on the symbiote planet, and he's locked up. All the symbiotes have locked him up, and he needs a key to release himself to come and kill all the symbiotes that locked him up. And this key lies within Eddie and Venom, since Eddie died in the second film and he was brought back by Venom. So now they've apparently become one being, and they have the Codex, which is the key to releasing Knull from his prison, so he can come out and just take over the world. So yeah, what did you think?
I mean, first of all, that was a cold description of the film. I would not have been able to put it that well. Basically described the entire film in a pretty cold
It's a
fashion.
pretty basic film.
It is a pretty basic film, but to be able to record it like that is impressive still. The film as a whole was okay. It wasn't anything special at all. I wouldn't say go out of your way to watch this film. Um, it's nothing special. Like I said, it's nothing special. It's similar to the previous two films. I suppose if you liked those films, you'd like this film. I felt probably a little less pointless than the second one. And I said this, just coming out of the cinema. I probably think it's a bit better than the second one, which isn't high praise.
Yeah,
But
the second one I didn't like at all. I thought the performance from, I can't remember the actor's name that plays Carnage, but
Woodley Harrison, is
yeah,
it?
Woody Harrelson. Yeah, Woody
Yeah.
Harrelson. Yeah, I thought that was a not a great performance in the second film, and
And a weird casting for that character as well. And
super weird. Yeah,
you,
that film overall was quite terrible in my opinion. This one is slightly better. It's not horrible. I mean, you get this sort of like road trip of Venom and Eddie, and as they're going through, sort of they're trying to get from. I think he's in Mexico at the start, isn't
yeah,
he?
yeah,
He's in the bar, and then he ends up getting to Vegas and the Area 51 where the film ends. But yeah, essentially it's a sort of road trip between Eddie and Venom, and obviously they come into the little hippie family and
yeah.
stuff a lot. I thought that little section was quite cool, to be fair.
Mm,
That little section where they were with Reese Safan's character and that little hippie family was quite nice. But yeah, like the CGI of the character hasn't improved massively. It's sort of the same as it was before.
yeah,
Still a bit, you know what I mean. I've seen better CGI in Iron Man 1 in 2008, so
yeah.
it's nothing crazy. But yeah, it's similar to the other two films in terms
Yeah.
of vibe and structure. The comedy doesn't really hit for me as much as it should, and also you have quite a lot of characters in this film
Oh,
that,
loads. I felt like there's loads of characters in this film.
like, you have the army guy that the black guy plays.
Yeah.
You have the little white girl scientist
Mm,
and her little backstory with her brother, and then you have the other black girl scientist
yeah.
who, I don't know if she was sleeping with that fat.
Did any of these people even have names? Dr.
I,
Payne was one of them.
I honestly can't remember.
There's so
Genuinely
many
can't remember.
characters. Yeah.
Um,
And we've just come out to see in the film.
yeah, we've just
Came
literally
out smoked because you know how the Lonely Stoners
smoked a
do,
spliff, and we sat down and we're recording this review now.
and we can't remember any of the names apart outside of Eddie Brock and Noel. How crazy is that?
But it was a basic film. It was mid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Noel had like 3 scenes, so for all intents and purposes, the villain of the film was these little creatures that Noel sent out to get Venom. For all intents and purposes, those were the the villain of the film,
Yeah.
pretty much, because Noel had a couple scenes of just talking on his planet, and that's that.
Yeah.
And one thing I do just want to bring up, so Venom's catching a hike on this aeroplane, right? This commercial airliner. He's on it. Families inside, coming back from their holidays, doing whatever they're doing, right? And then this creature detects him because he goes into full Venom mode. So he flies all the way up to this aeroplane to get Venom, and then he goes through the engine and completely destroys one of the aeroplane engines.
Yeah.
And then Venom just jumps off the aeroplane, lands, and goes about his day like nothing happened.
Yeah.
That plane definitely crashed and killed at least 100 people.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That they just wrote that in, that like it was cool.
Yeah, he's Venom's supposed to be, the hero of the movie. Man's out here
Exactly.
committing all these guys to a near certain death.
Like, you can't tell me that the monster went through that whole engine, destroyed it, and then that plane's just going to carry on flying or make it a nice emergency landing. No,
Yeah,
that plane's fucked.
yeah, yeah.
All them people just died right there.
Mm.
So that just negates any sort of goodness that he's done throughout these three films.
Yeah, I guess something in terms of Venom, where, like I said, we don't really even see Venom that much in this film,
No, we don't.
which kind of. So for me, this portrayal of Venom is really weird to me. And like having them doing the internal monologue, they're basically doing like a buddy cop
Yeah.
comedy, thing.
Essentially, yeah, that is, if if you look at it from a certain point of view, that's kind of what it is, yeah.
Yeah, because you've got Tom Hardy's a straight man, Venom. They basically tried to fit, the typical quintessential Kevin Rock and the Heart film. That's a
Kevin Rock and the Heart. Nah, that's their names now. So Kevin Rock and the Heart, those type of buddy cop films that they make, them type of
Those shit films.
Yeah, them shit films. Like, one guy is all the funny man, doesn't take it seriously, and another guy is like kind of like Bad Boys in a sense as well.
Yes.
They kind of like did their own thing and were originators.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. That's kind of what it is.
And that's just such a weird portrayal for me, in my opinion. From what I want to see in a Venom film, it's such a weird portrayal. And to be honest, that's kind of ruined all three of the films for me as well. So the first film, the dynamic.
It was new.
It was new.
That's what it was. It was new.
It was new, but just like all three of the films, didn't really have a compelling villain. The second one, the same thing again. They had a chance to do something crazy with Carnage, bro. You don't know how hard it was for me to watch that film. Where
Carnage should have been so much, especially as fans of the animated.
Carnage is my favorite character, bro. He's my favorite character.
He got done dirty.
And they got this, and they had my man, Woody, playing him. Weird casting, but you're like, this guy's an esteemed actor.
He's a good actor.
You know he's a good actor. So you're just hoping that he'll just put in a crazy performance. But the fit for the role was mad weird. But yeah, the second film was way worse actually. Then we had the third film, and one of the positives I would say is because we don't see much of Venom, we don't see loads of that buddy cop riffing off each other.
Yeah,
and which actually is low-key a positive.
Yeah, and I feel like also because there are a lot more other sort of characters that they try and delve into.
Yeah,
that kind of does also not emphasize that sort of dynamic as much as before.
Well, where they're trying to give that woman doctor all that backstory, I'm assuming they must be doing something with her.
It seems like they've tried to, the way they just linger the camera on her for a few seconds more, and
yeah,
especially at the end when she has her little lightning venom powers and that she has her own symbiote,
and she's like the only one left.
Yeah, and with the post-credit scene, of course, Knull still exists and apparently plans to do something. But they were teasing something. They were acting like they're going to carry on.
Yeah,
because these have probably been the most successful films that Sony have made out of
100%
out of their lineup.
Yeah, 100%. Because
Spider-Man villain films, because you had Morbius.
Yeah.
What other ones were there? Madam Web.
Yeah, Jesus.
I didn't even see Madam Web.
Yeah, no, neither did I. I didn't see Morbius either. I got about 10 minutes into it and fell asleep. With Morbius.
We've got Craven coming out.
Craven coming out.
For that. Looks arse.
Yeah.
Doesn't look good.
So it baffles me, bro, what Sony are trying to do, just making a universe of Spider-Man villains without Spider-Man.
The whole point of them existing is Spider-Man. A lot of the reasons why them villains exist is because of Spider-Man. And a lot of reasons why them villains have the story they do is because of Spider-Man.
Exactly. Like you're telling me we have a trilogy of Venom films and Spider-Man isn't integral in any of them?
Nah, not at all. Not even mentioned.
No.
So yeah, no, the film was very mid, and like most superhero comic book films these days, it just ends in a big CGI battle.
Yeah.
Of course, it's at night time to make the CGI look a bit better. They had to do that. And as soon as I saw the little Area 51 layout when the family were on top of the tower, I knew that was just going to be the final battle.
Yeah.
Tell it's so obvious.
Yeah.
It's so obvious these days. But yeah, it's a big CGI battle with all the different Venoms or with different symbiotes even.
Yeah.
But all different coloured ones. They don't even have names really.
Nope.
But they're just all different symbiotes that they have at the Area 51 lab. They
Yeah.
all get released and they start back in the beef
Yep.
against the monsters. And they're all useless, by the way. They all just
Crazy. Yeah.
slow the monsters down slightly.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, to be fair, I don't mind that if, well, basically you're showing that this villain, or essentially, yeah, these creatures, they're serious threats.
yeah,
They'll just kill off symbiotes like it's nothing.
yeah.
So
But then they
Venom's
die
really,
to acid,
yeah, yeah,
and then
yeah.
they just die to acid. So nah.
Well, the acid and then the grenade as well.
But yeah, the grenade from the black guy.
Yeah,
That seemed to have done him in.
yeah.
Oh, this one's turned off again.
Alright, it.
Yeah.
Try it again. Talking to it.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, it's off. Is it on?
Hello. Is it picking up?
Yeah, it's picking up.
Alright, let's just wrap this up then.
Okay.
Alright, final ratings for the film.
Out of 10, we're doing it. I'm giving it 5.
I think this one's turned off.
Yeah, I think it has. Well, I'll give my rating and then
Yeah.
I'll just hand it over to you. But yeah, out of 10, I'm giving it a 5. This probably isn't getting watched again. For the most part, all 3 of these films have been crazy pointless to me. They only got made because they were the only film Sony that was releasing that was actually making the money. The first one I think made 700 million, second one like 500 million. And I'd be interested to see what this one does. Again, because it didn't have that crazy of a cast. Maybe because all the CGI and all that, the budget might be quite big. But the Venom films, yeah, like I said, they were being made because the first one was made on a small budget and made loads of money. So like, okay, second one, third one. But yeah, in terms of rating, I'll give the trilogy as a whole like a 4, and I'll give this film a 5 out of 10. Probably not getting rewatched unless we're doing something Venom themed for the channel. I don't know, but be interesting to see where they go with Knull. Because now there's only that one chick, a symbiote. She's the only one left, and I guess it's just another big bad villain who's got a grey face, wants to take over the world for no reason as well, just to destroy it. Not even there's something the Earth has. The thing the Earth has, he doesn't have anymore. But it looks like he didn't need that codex after all because he just wants to destroy the Earth, the world anyway. But yeah, I'll hand it over to Evan.
Yeah, my rating of the film would be a 4.5. I think it was slightly better than the second one. It was not better than the first, purely because when you're watching the first, the novelty is there, the dynamic is there for the first time, it's fresh, it feels good. But yeah, for me, a lot of the comedy in this entire trilogy felt flat. Not really that funny, even if it tries to be. Again, the first film was a bit funny. The dynamic of Venom wears off, and it just becomes quite boring. But yes, you got some moments. Tom Hardy's performance is nothing crazy. You know, I like Tom Hardy a lot, but it seems like he's kind of done with this franchise. Doesn't really want it. He looks finished, to be honest. The way he's performing is nothing crazy. And even the decent actors they did have in there, none of the performances are great. I think my man's name is like Elijah Ejiofor or something that plays the black guy. He was pretty good in it. But yeah, 4.5, nothing special.